Checking in on your aging parents' health can turn into a real heavy worry real fast. I know you love them and you want them safe, independent, and still feeling like themselves. So when you spot a stray pill on the carpet or you notice a blood pressure bottle of medicine that hasn't been touched in a few days, it hits you hard. Even when it's time to refill their meds and they've still got meds left in the bottle. That's very common. So you're going to sit at the kitchen table and you're trying not to panic and you're wondering how to help without making them feel like you're babysitting them. I get it. I'm Suzanne Fasella. I'm a retired physician assistant and a senior care strategist. I've got over 20 years of guiding adult children on how to care for their aging parents. But you know, most of us assume a missed pill is just forgetfulness or a busy morning, a distracted moment. But keeping track of several medications and at different times and in different doses is genuinely one of the hardest mental juggling acts out there. I know, I've done it for my clients. They can't keep it straight and sometimes I can't either. And it's not the small cognitive changes that are creeping in. Medication tracking is usually one of the first things to slip because it's so complicated. But the good news is you can catch this early. And once you know what to look for, and I can show you how, it becomes so much easier. So let's start with a few things. So one of the things is the plastic pill boxes. Monday through Sunday, all lined up. It feels responsible. It feels like enough. And maybe for a while it is. But in the honest truth is that it's not meant there to show you, stop you from making mistakes. It's there to show you what's already been a mistake. And so we see those things and we trip ourselves up because now we have to address it to our mom or our dad. So we fill it again. And we find that the pill is slipping out. Why? Because their hands are shaking. Maybe they have tremors. They can't get it to their mouth. They think they took it and guess what? It's under them. And when they stand up, the pills are all around them in their seat. Bending down to get the pill can cause dizziness and they can fall, so they don't want to do that. And they can't get it with the grabber because it's too small. And this is how things just change. So confusion, dehydration, sudden drops in blood pressure are often the real reason behind a fall that seems to come out of nowhere when they were picking up their medications. And here's something important to understand. For a lot of seniors, managing their own pills feels tied directly to their independence. So they'll go to real lengths to convince you that everything's fine. They'll say they skipped the dose on purpose. I've seen this so many times. They'll brush off your questions. And some will even memorize their pill layout right before you visit. It isn't dishonesty, it's fear. And they're scared that if they admit that they're struggling, they'll lose the right to live on their own. And they don't want you coming in and being the pill police. So with you asking, did you take your pills today? Or why is this slot still full? It's going to backfire every time. It puts them on the defensive because again, you're looking at the mistakes they made, not their nice organized pill box. And you can't change the brain and tell them to be more careful. You can't watch over them 24 hours a day. You're going to burn out your own life. So here's a better way to think about it. Your job isn't to become the medication police. Your job is to quietly build a system that catches the problems automatically so that nobody has to feel watched and nobody has to feel ashamed. So start with an automated pill dispenser. These little machines are going to lock everything up until the exact moment a dose is due. Then they chime. They rotate to the right slot forward and release just the pills needed. They miss a dose, it locks that slot so there's no accidental double up later. And it can send an alert straight to your phone. These things are pretty cool nowadays. And when you bring this up, you keep it light and you just say something like, oh, Dad, the pharmacies changed the rules. They need everyone using one of these now to keep refills on track. You know, something easy, no blame, just, oh, well, you missed it. And the other thing I would do is I'd contact the doctor and say, you know, what happens if they do miss a dose? Maybe it's no big deal. When they remember it, they take it then. Who knows, right? So the next time you visit, offer to take out the trash yourself. And while you're at it, glance for forgotten pills or extra wrappers and take a peek near their favorite chair for anything that's dropped. Trust me, aging parents will hide pills, but you don't have to ask them why they're hiding them. You can just find out if it's dangerous to do so. Finally, loop in their doctor on this. As I've said, if you're noticing a pattern, don't try to fix it by lecturing. Instead, quietly share what you've noticed with their pharmacist as well as their physician. I would hit the pharmacist first and ask them. And ask if it's time to review the full list of medications. Maybe they're taking too many. Maybe they're having side effects they're not telling you about because they want to keep their independence. There's a lot of reasons why people don't take medications. Cost is another one. And this way, you get to stay in the role you actually want, as their loving child, not their supervisor. And here's what I want you to remember. Keeping your parents safe with their medications is emotional, yes, but it is never meant to require a constant worry on your part. That's not going to work for you. You'll just burn out. It's exhausting, and honestly, it's not sustainable either. It wears you down. Let your doctor worry about the medications. He or she put them on. This puts a strain on your whole family when you start burning out. And it will quietly steal your joy of being just a son or a daughter. So you're not meant to be the round-the-clock, 24/7 person here. If you want to build a steady senior care plan that protects them quietly in the background while still letting them feel like themselves, and if you want to live your life and get your life back so you have your career and your marriage and your own children and your own vacations, then you need that steady care plan. You're finally giving yourself a chance to breathe again. And you're doing better than you think you are right now. You really are. But if you'd like help just mapping this out and figuring out what I've done with my clients, grab the free 25-point daily systems audit, the clinical tool that I've used. And then look at the ultimate guide to proactive systems, very protective, managing the medical care, and how you can put up these guardrails. I've put them up for 20 years, and the seniors don't even know I've done it. And there wasn't even a conversation. I just got them up so they could be safe, and so could their adult children. Take care, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.